close. Hey everybody, this is JJ with the Obama Factor 727. If you'd like to email me, you can email me at obamafactor727@gmail.com. Some of the things I'll be talking about today is, of course, Obamacare, the IRS scandal, what's going on in Iraq, and last but not least, Benghazi. One of the most important things that's been topping the news today, if you haven't had an opportunity to watch the news, and many of you don't, and that's okay, is our borders along Texas are not being protected at all, our border crossings. The agents, the Border Patrol agents, have been ordered to stand down to allow buses of children and mothers with children to cross our borders without any passport or documentation. And, excuse me, they're also given vouchers for transportation to the interior part of the United States via the Catholic Church. Now, I'm not opposed to the Catholic Church. They're looking at this as a humanitarian thing. People from Central America are coming to our borders by the thousands, folks, by the thousands. And Border Patrol agents are walking off the job. They're quitting. They're so frustrated. They're not being able to uphold the law because Obama is telling them not to do it. This is our president. This is another impeachable offense because he's not upholding the laws of the United States of America. So I just wanted to make you aware of that. You can research this through Infowars.com and the Drudge Report. There are many videos showing these buses crossing of illegal immigrants. Now what's happening is the word went out in Central America that if you cross the border in the United States, that we will give you a pathway to legalization, that we will make you a citizen. And of course these people are believing it, and they have a train that's called the death train. It already exists. These people are told to jump on top of the train and ride the train from Central America all the way through Mexico. Now if they somehow jump off the train in Mexico, the Mexicans put them in labor camps for the rest of their lives. There's no justice in Mexico, none whatsoever. And there's torture, there's unthinkable acts that are being done to young children on this death train as they pass through Mexico and Central America. And then once they get to the border, they're boarded on buses paid for again by the Catholic Church, taken to the Texas borders, and are allowed to pass through without any inspection whatsoever. In fact, they're given vouchers and other assistance inside our Army bases to be transported to the inland part of the United States via the Catholic Church. So, anyway, just it's crazy. Sometimes I can't believe we're not standing in the middle of the streets and just screaming at the top of our heads. This is nuts. One of the things I want to talk about as well is Obamacare. I don't know if you know this, but it's been completely suspended. Most of the provisions have been suspended by the White House and Obama. The only thing that has really been implemented is the individual mandate. Now, here's an interesting thing that many of you might not know. 3 states suspended their websites, just dropped them. This is after they spent hundreds of millions of dollars on development of these websites for Obamacare. And so many bugs didn't work out, didn't integrate with Obamacare website, so they just canceled them, just dropped them, and just said just go to the HHS website via Obamacare and sign up through there, after they literally ripped off their taxpayers in their states, Oregon, Michigan, Washington. I mean, these guys spent, as I said, hundreds of millions of dollars, and we just go, or they're just going, oh, okay, sure, no problem. It's just like nobody goes to jail. This is fraud. This is embezzlement. I don't know what else to call this. This is insane. But anyway, 3 states, as I said, dropped their websites, and the money was just spent in vain. And it's just total corruption, you guys. The IRS, Lois Lerner, another thing. Not a smidgen of wrongdoing, not a smidgen of injustice. Obama says, not a smidgen of corruption, although she still has pleaded the fifth. They have indicted her. It's gone to the Justice Department, and Holder, head of the Justice Department, is not doing a thing. So Congress, here's Congress. Congress says, this is a bad person. She needs to be investigated. She's broken the law in some form or fashion and refuses to speak to us. But the Justice Department is saying, we're not going to pursue this. It's like you feel helpless. It's like, we know there's wrongdoing there. We know that many groups were persecuted via the IRS and Lois Lerner, not being allowed to have their groups created, you know, basically being muzzled by the IRS, which there were both sides of the groups, both conservative and liberal groups were being persecuted, but mostly the Tea Party groups. So one of the fascinating things about Lois Lerner and her emails that were requested over 2 years ago have disappeared. Her hard drive has disappeared. It's gone. And the IRS is saying they can't recover them, which we, no, wait a minute. And then there's 6 other people associated with this investigation of Lois Lerner, and their their emails are missing as well, and their hard drives are missing. Just, you know, the 6 most important people that are being investigated. Oh, and this is only the emails between the White House and Lois Lerner and those 6 people. It wasn't other emails. It was just those emails. So somehow specific emails got targeted, disappeared, vanished, crashed, and there's no backup. There's, you know, most corporations and companies, and I'm sure yourself, iCloud, whatever, back up their emails. They have a server off-site, you know. They have a burn shelter, they call it in some cases, where they even put it on tapes and store the tapes in a shelter that is, you know, fireproof, so they can't lose any of this data. And the IRS is mandated to save and record all these emails just for cases like this. But all of a sudden, they think we're stupid, and poof, they disappear. And nobody believes this. Nobody believes this. We all know there's backups. And so everybody's asking for a special prosecutor to come in and look for these emails. It's just laughable to think that the American people are going to swallow this and say, yeah, we believe you. Yeah, sure. Lois, you're cool. You know. It's just fascinating. These are the only emails between the White House and Lois Lerner and the 6 other people. Those are the only emails that have disappeared. Insane. And we're supposed to go, oh, yeah, wow, how'd that happen? That's crazy. That's crazy. So, not a smidgen of evidence. Yeah, right. Iraq. Let's move on to Iraq. What a mess that is, right? What a mess. My son served 2 tours over there. Thank God he didn't get shot. He was in firefights as well, but thank God again. You know, it's really time for the Iraqi people to stand up for themselves. This is not our responsibility. This has been going on between the Sunnis and Shias and the Wahhabis, which are all financed pretty much by the Saudi family. You know, it's ridiculous. This has been going on for thousands of years. The Sunnis and Shias, it's all about Muhammad, you know, who's closer to the brother or who's related. You know, it's silliness. It's like comparing, you know, back when the Protestants were in the 1600s and the Catholic Church were at war with each other and killing each other. You know, it's insane. That's why America was created, to give us freedom of religion and to allow all faiths to, you know, abide together peacefully and not try to kill each other because of certain beliefs. You know, it's insane. But the Wahhabis, the Sunnis, and the Shias, my gosh, they will cut your head off if you disagree with them, if you're not Muslim enough. If you go to a dance, there were like 17 kids, their heads were chopped off because they went to a dance. I saw a video of Al-Qaeda, ISIS individuals, you know, shooting at an American-made car. It was yellow. It was a Chrysler. and they shot at it and killed the occupants just because it was an American-made car. Now remember, Islam is at war with the United States. Islam is a religion that wants to pretty much implement Sharia law throughout the world. This is a worldwide conquest, as the communists and as Russia was at one time, where they wanted to conquer the world and have communist rule. This is just another form of that. The Muslims are, through Islam, is doing the exact same thing. They're trying to create a government over there that is called a caliphate, and you can look that up. But anyway, it pretty much implements Sharia law. There's no rights for women. There's no rights for girls to be educated. I mean, they're going back to the 16th century, living in the 17th century, you know, and still killing each other because of who's closer to Muhammad. It's insane. It's ridiculous. You know, we have Muslims living in our country, and you know, they're not like that. It's just that in the Middle East, they take a real extreme viewpoint of Islam, and have declared war against the United States since 1979, which has not been rescinded at all. And they, if you listen to their videos and watch them on YouTube, you know, they hate us because we're Christians. That's the only reason they hate us. They don't know us. They don't know you. They don't know me. They don't know your likes or dislikes. And just because you're a Christian, you're considered an infidel, and it's their right to kill you unless you convert. So anyway, we knew that this was going to go on after we left Iraq. We didn't leave a contingent force, and Obama says, he goes, oh, well, it wasn't up to me. Well, yeah, it was up to you. We conquered that country. We could have said to them, pound sand. We're going to keep our troops here, you know, because we don't want this to turn into, you know, another civil war between the Shia and the Sunni. We shouldn't have got involved in the first place. This is, as again I say, this has been going on for thousands of years. This is nothing new. Just research it, Google it, read your history. This is not new. Another thing we should know about ISIS is it's just pretty much a nickname. This is Al Qaeda. It's just they're carrying the same black flag. It's the black flag that flew over Benghazi. It's the black flag that they're flying in Syria, you know, and Iran. It's the same black flag. They're all the same. These people, you know, whether they're called Hamas or ISIS or Al Qaeda, it's all the same. They're no different. None of them. They all have the same goal. The last thing I'm going to talk about is Benghazi. Kind of bring up to speed on that. They finally captured, they're saying, the ringleader. But here's what's funny. They kept him on a naval ship for a couple weeks, investigating him. And now you've got the liberals screaming that he hasn't been read his rights. What you don't understand, this was an act of war. When they attacked our compound, our consulate, it was an act of war. This guy is a POW. He's a prisoner of war. You know, he has no rights. He has no constitutional rights. Why is it that we, the liberals in our country, think that everybody in the world that gets arrested by us that aren't citizens have constitutional rights? Why is that? Where is that written? I haven't read that. Anyway, but that's what's going on 2 years later. All over the internet. This guy's not new to us, okay? This guy's been touting himself on the internet for almost 2 years. We knew who he was, we knew where he was, and all of a sudden now we decide to take him, right? And I think that the reason why that happens is because Obama wanted to change the talking points on the news from take Obamacare off the news, take the IRS scandal off the news, and the head of the IRS is just unbelievable. This guy's, you just have to watch the hearings. If you get a chance to see it on YouTube, watch the hearing, the IRS commissioner. Unbelievable arrogance. Now, these people are supposed to be public servants, and they're not acting like public servants at all. They're acting like overlords and rulers, and you know, it's amazing. So anyway, Benghazi was all about trading arms and giving arms to al-Qaeda to fight in Syria. That's what the bottom line was, Benghazi. The ambassador was going to appear before a congressional hearing, and he was killed for that. That's the reason why Benghazi took place. You know, it was all about a screwed up arms trade, and it's really sad that they're not telling the truth about that. Last point on Benghazi, just so you know, we did have live drones. We had armed drones over the attack. They're still trying to say the video was all part of this. It's bullshit. Sorry, I swore. It's BS. This was a planned, coordinated attack. Everybody knew that. They even said the guy they captured him. He said, "Oh yeah, it's the video." Right? Okay, we're stupid. We're going to believe that. You know, we knew about this guy for 2 years. He's been all over the internet in the Middle East, and he, you know, even touted, "Here I am." We're not stupid. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this to get informed a little bit what's going on in the world. Let's keep our president in prayer. He is our president. I think he should be impeached. You know, we can come up with creative solutions for all the issues that are going on in the United States of America. We really can. It's just Obama's not the guy to do it. In the next 2 years, he's a lame duck. He's not going to get anything done, and that's why he's pushing these executive orders. You know, this tape's a little bit long in the tooth. I apologize for that. I haven't made a tape in a while because just very, very frustrated. And but I had enough, so I had to make a video. It's the way I vent. I vent this way. But I believe that Obama is a clear and present danger to the United States of America. I do believe that he should be impeached, and I do believe we should still keep him in prayer, though, because he is our president, even though he's breaking the law left and right. And finally, somebody's suing him, you know, for these executive orders. But anyway, that'll be interesting to watch that move through the court system, if it gets very far at all. But thanks again. Again, this is JJ with the Obama Factor 727. Please shoot me your emails. Let me know what you think. And pass this video around. And by watching this video, by the way, you are part of the resistance. Let's get rid of him. Let's toss him out of office. Let's impeach him. Thanks again. Have a great day. I'm out.